Hey y'all, Rick Sky here, and several of you asked me, hey man, how you been losing so much weight? And actually I'm still fat, but I have been losing weight and I've been putting on muscle, and I want to share with y'all within this video how I've done it. And before I continue, I want to remind everyone you can expand this video's description and then click the link there to find all the food items I'm about to share. So for starters, what I've done is I picked this up. Now this is a 24 pack of tuna. And again, you can find it linked within this video's description. Comes in a variety of different flavors. But what's so cool about this is that I have 24 packs of tuna, minimal effort. This doesn't have, unless it's been opened, it shouldn't have to be refrigerated. So it's super convenient. So 24, that's almost, and I only do this diet during the week. That's almost, well, there's 5 days in a typical work week, so that's about almost 5 weeks worth of tuna right here. And then to top that off, I've got 24 bags of chips that are tasty. So 24 bags of chips, 24 pouches of tuna, and a few tricks to making this more palatable. Number one, like I said, and you can find it linked within this video's description, there's several different flavor varieties. But even if you opt to get the same flavor that I do, what you can do to add extra palatability to it, because ultimately eating the same thing for several weeks and drinking water, every day. Now this is only lunch, and see, that's where my diet's a little bit different. For breakfast and dinner, I eat whatever I want to eat and drink whatever I want to drink. This is only for lunch. But by only doing this diet for lunch, I'm starting to see really good results. And now sure, if you were very strict and just wore yourself out with some sort of diet, you could get even better results. But to be able to get the results that I'm already starting to achieve, this is what I do. So things you can do to jazz it up. Sometimes you can use like a taco shell, a soft taco shell, and put your tuna in there. Maybe you got some fresh tomatoes and/or peppers or any other sort of vegetable. Just throw it in there with the tuna to just add some extra flavor to it. And again, fresh vegetables are so good for you. And you can also, if you want to get like hot sauce, put some hot sauce in there. You can do that to change the flavor profile. You can add fresh, not too much, but just a little bit of fresh ground sea salt, a little bit of fresh ground pepper. Fresh ground pepper, it's hard to go overboard with fresh ground pepper. So, that's what I like to do, is put a lot of fresh ground pepper. I seldom put sea salt in there. Salt's typically not good for diets. I mean, even if, and again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dietitian, but certain people that are extremely active, they may be more tolerant to salt than people that are less active. I'm an extremely active individual. So with that being said, those are ways to add to the to the lunch experience. Something else you may want to do, instead of just drinking water with your tuna lunch, is that you may want to get some unsweet tea. Again, not regular tea, because sweet tea has sugar in it, but unsweet tea. Because at least with unsweet tea, you're getting the caffeine, you're getting the different flavor, tea versus water, but you're not getting all of the sugar and the stuff that makes you more fat. And again, I'm not the type of dieter. There's a lot of people out there that are obsessed with diets, and they're like, man, and they become so miserable, they look tired, and probably because they are tired, because they're not eating enough. Again, I only do this, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dietitian, but I only do this for my lunch. And I only do it for my lunch during 5 days a week, typical business days, Monday through Friday. That's the only time I do this. And the rest of the time, I eat whatever I want to eat, and I drink whatever I want to drink. So this is just, again, it's an experiment, but it's something that I've enjoyed. And to top it off, I mean, when you expand this video's description and look at the prices, I mean, to have 24 days of lunches. Granted, I don't have the loaf of bread or the taco shells in front of me. A loaf of bread's typically, a few bucks in most places. So I don't have that in front of me right now, but I mean, this is super cheap. I mean, when you look at the cost of a typical lunch, even if you're just, doing something simple, you're probably going to find that the cost of lunch will probably greatly exceed the cost of this box of chips and this box of tuna. And obviously the loaf of bread, and if you drink tap water, yeah, your water bill is probably going to see a little bit of increase because you're drinking water from the tap. But I mean, that's not that super expensive. And you can get unsweet tea. You can get tea bags, and you can brew your own. That's typically cheaper. But what I like to do is I like to just get the cheap, just generic unsweet tea that comes in like a gallon jug with a good expiration date. That gets me through a few weeks. So tell me what you think. And again, hey, I'm still fat, but I am losing weight, and the way I'm doing it is this lunch and obviously aggressive workout routine. I mean, a lot of people say, ooh, you're doing something. Yeah, I work out aggressively. So, that's another part of it. But again, I eat and drink whatever I want to eat and drink for all meals except lunch. And then on the weekends, free game. I eat and drink whatever I want for breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Saturdays and Sundays. But only during the week, for lunch, do I do this tuna and chip thing. So tell me what you think. Comment below. And again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian. I'm sharing this video because I enjoy doing it for myself and for entertainment purposes only. But again, expand this video's description and you can find the chips, and you can also find the tuna and some awesome sauces and seasonings that I've also linked within this video's description. And be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It's youtube.com/iRicksGuide, and ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, iRicksGuide here. Thanks again for your viewership. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that bell icon to be notified whenever I post another video. If you're looking for iRicksGuide's Adventure Channel merch, like this t-shirt and a lot of other cool stuff, expand this video's description. You can find it all there. Y'all have a good day.